Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. We have a real paradigm shift happening in political media right now. Stunning new ratings numbers show that MSNBC and CNN are collapsing. There's really no other word. It is a total and absolute free fall. Since the election, MSNBC's primetime audience has been cut in half, down 53%. CNN, almost as bad, 47% drop. These networks aren't just losing to Fox News, and they are losing to Fox News. They're losing to the Food Network. On some nights, more people in the key demographics are watching Chopped than are watching Anderson Cooper on CNN or Jen Psaki on MSNBC. Chopped is a good show, I will admit. Meanwhile, Fox News has barely dipped, holding on to nearly all of its viewers. So we have to talk about what's going on here because, as many of you already know, media coverage of issues we care about guides and dictates to a great degree the direction that the national conversation goes. So for MSNBC and CNN, the answer is very clear. Their left-leaning audiences, to a great degree, have checked out. Trump's win was a gut punch, and for many people, the reaction has been, I'm just going to stop following politics altogether, at least for now. It's not that they're suddenly happy with the direction of the country and they go, I don't need to pay attention, things are going so well. It's that people are burnt out, people are disillusioned, people are despondent. And honestly, corporate media didn't do that much to stop that being the outcome. Look at MSNBC. They spent months criticizing Trump, yes. They sort of supported Biden and Harris, but when push came to shove, their coverage really lacked urgency. It was just kind of like generic center-left kind of horse race stuff. And then right after the election, we talked about it, Morning Joe hosts Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski have this cozy little meeting with Trump down in Mar-a-Lago, and it's just downhill. And this is after years of calling him a fascist and so on and so forth. They kind of do the both sides stunt. We want to make sure that we're talking with everybody, and we want clarity, and we want to have open lines of communication. They should be reporting on what Trump plans to do, doing it objectively, the authoritarian tirades that Trump plans to bring. And I just don't know how going and hanging out with Trump is really going to make that happen. Then we have CNN. Same story, kind of different flavor. For years, they have tried to thread the needle, presenting themselves as neutral, but airing these ridiculous segments like undecided voter panels that we later find out are filled with obvious committed Trump supporters. And now they're kind of paying for it, to be honest. A lot of the CNN audience doesn't trust them, and it shows, and their ratings are in the toilet. Now, I think it's important to mention that we at the David Pakman Show and many others in left-wing independent media, in the 3 to 4 days after the election, we also saw a sort of exodus that took place. That has now slowed down. And it's not like these are the record months for us post-election November and December, but it's really very much stabilized. And we're going to come back to that in a moment. Now, let me briefly talk about what's happening at Fox News. The numbers at Fox News haven't dropped because, number one, their viewers never take a break. For them, politics is a 24/7 culture war. I'm not saying that like it's a good thing. In many ways, it's a bad thing. But the point is that for them, Trump's win isn't the end of the fight. It's the start of the next one, of what can they now get accomplished over the next 4 years. Fox knows this. They're keeping the outrage machine running full speed. And that's why their audience is so loyal. But also they did win. So to some degree, the Fox ratings are part of the victory party. So here's the big picture. The collapse of MSNBC and CNN is not only about Trump's victory or a post-election ratings dip. I believe that it's about trust. These networks failed their audiences. They didn't prepare people for what was coming. They did not offer a compelling vision for what happens next. Now, to be fair, I was trying to warn people about the polls pointing to Trump wins every swing state. Some in my audience appreciated it. Some in my audience said, David, shut up and stop talking about the poll numbers. The difference is I can just do whatever I want because I don't have 10 layers of editors and executives. MSNBC and CNN are different, but that's where we ended up. Here is where we ended up. The critical question right now, as we look at the next 6 months beyond Trump's inauguration and at the first atrocities that Trump will no doubt do policy-wise, where are these viewers who have left CNN and have left MSNBC, where are they going? Many are stepping back from politics entirely, at least for now. I believe the vast majority of them at some point are going to get ready to re-engage, and they will. I'm not convinced that it's I turn MSNBC back on. I'm not convinced it's I turn CNN back on. Increasingly, they are turning to independent media, where they feel they can get honest, genuine coverage from people that they can trust. Now, that doesn't mean it's me, and that doesn't mean you can trust everybody, right? That they might not trust me. They might like Jimmy Dore or someone like that. I don't know. But the point is, they feel a more direct connection and an affinity to someone that they can trust, and at least feel like I'm getting what you really believe rather than what 10 layers of editors and executives have told you to say. Shows like the David Pakman Show are part of that shift. We're not crashing and burning like the cable networks because we're not playing the corporate games. We don't have advertisers or board members dictating what we say. I have no editor. I have no producer. For better or worse, right? I mean, maybe in some way the show would be better off with them, but I just tell it like I see it. I get right what I get right. I correct what I get wrong as quickly as possible. Now, I also want to go to the Fox News aspect of the future. It's not just about MSNBC and CNN. Fox News looks strong right now. There's no doubt. I don't think their moment is going to last forever either. The long-term trend is that more and more people are moving away from corporate media. There's cord cutting, there's streaming, there's independent outlets reshaping how people get their news. Audiences want something real and something new. Right now, yes, the left is in a moment of despondency. I don't think that's going to last. When Trump's administration starts rolling out the dystopian agenda, he's admitting he's going to do it. He did an interview. It's crazy. We'll talk about it next. When Trump starts gutting rights and stacking courts and creating chaos, people are going to wake up. They're going to get angry. They're going to get organized, and they're going to turn somewhere. If they're sick of MSNBC and CNN, they'll turn to independent media, not the corporate media outlets that have already failed them. So MSNBC and CNN ratings down, total collapse. We've never seen anything like it. Worst ratings in decades. Fox News holding on for now. But viewers have made it really clear this old way just isn't working anymore. Corporate media isn't working. It's floundering. Independent media is growing. And this is, I believe, only the beginning. The important thing is not to get discouraged now, and let's be well prepared for the inauguration, for the first 100 days of Trump's term, and part of that is understanding what he plans to do. Let's talk about that next. Something I don't go anywhere without is my Ridge wallet. I've been using it for years, long before they became a sponsor, and it makes a perfect holiday gift. A slim front pocket design is thin and lightweight, no more back pain from the George Costanza-sized wallet in your back pocket. It holds up to 12 cards and cash, but stays super sleek, and you can choose from over 50 colors and styles. There's really something for everyone. Ridge wallets also feature RFID blocking technology to protect your information. Ridge also has these great key cases that hold up to 6 keys, keeping them organized with no jingling. Ridge products are made with durable materials, titanium, carbon fiber. They come with a lifetime guarantee. So when you give someone a Ridge wallet or key case as a gift this holiday, it will last them forever. Ridge is running a big sale for the holidays. My audience gets up to 47% off. So go grab a gift for someone special or yourself. Head to ridge.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.